Yo, what's up guys? DJ Dopez here, and I'm here to talk about the Technics SH-EX1200. I don't even know about this mixer. It came out in Japan in like the late 1990s, and man, it is a breeze. So anyway, let's get right into it. I don't know why I did that. So the Technics SH-EX1200, a lot of people know about the original Technics mixer, which is the SH-1200, which is usually the piano black and gold one. That actually doesn't have the EX on it because it's not the EX model. The difference between this, that mixer and this mixer is this one actually has an optical crossfader. So I'm sure everything that you've read about these mixers being like super crappy and the fader wears out, the EX solves all of those problems with an optical fader. So beneath the mixer, you actually do get one replacement line fader, but the crossfader, it really doesn't wear out. It's optical and it's a sharp cut, as we'll shortly demonstrate. This one I got off eBay for about $160 with shipping included, but I did have to buy a step converter to actually use it in the US because a lot of the ones being sold on eBay are Japanese models, which are 100 volts. So you don't want to be running 120 volts into these mixers because they will burn out over time. So with the step converter, this thing runs A1. And yeah, I'm just gonna do some cuts and just talk a little bit about this mixer. Wanted to quickly mention that Mr. Remix on the DJ City YouTube channel has a classic gear review over the SH-EX1200 where he talks about the mixer pretty in depth and gives you a real good synopsis on the history and everything about this mixer. I kind of wanted to plug that in real quick just because he didn't really scratch over it or demonstrate anything like that. So this is kind of like a hands-on demonstration of the mixer, just showing you some of the intricacies about it and why I personally like it and why I purchased one just for fun. So anyway, we'll load up a beat and we'll see what we got. So just in that little demonstration, a couple things about this mixer. It does have a reverse switch. The first SH-1200 mixers did not have a reverse switch. That's why you've noticed in DJ Dexta's DMC, I think 98 or 99 set, he flips the entire mixer over so that he can scratch hamster. The EX model does have a reverse switch, so as you can see, that's regular. And then if I flip the switch right here, so it does have a hamster switch right here, so it's super easy to switch left and right to go hamster and non-hamster. Another thing I really like about this mixer is it has a really cool up fader curve where, if you notice, the sound from basically the bottom to the half point, it's very faint, but then it really has a sharp cut from about halfway to the full top of the fader. Again, you can kind of see me demonstrating that. So that's a really fun curve pattern. It's not like a Vestax, it's not like a regular linear fader that just goes from like low to high gradually. It has a real sharp step and definitely the top half of the fader, which makes it great for doing up fader scratches. Another thing to notice that note that a lot of people have talked about in this mixer is the wah effect, or the natural resonance that this mixer has when you kill the bass. So you kill the bass, and then if you turn your highs down, it starts to get this really cool resonance that you can actually play with the filter, or not the filter, the knob, and you'll actually get like a wah like type filter effect. So That feature, personally, I think it was accidental. It just happened to happen like that when Technics designed these mixers and the circuitry, and it just happened to turn out that way, where if you kill the bass, it does have a really cool resonance on the highs when you do mess with it. Makes for a really great effect. DJ Noise in like 98, 99 had some great DMC routines actually demonstrating that, and a lot of other DJs like Kentaro in 01, 02, when he was playing guitar tones, he would definitely use that resonance to his advantage. Another interesting thing to note about this mixer is that the phono and line switches are actually both inverted. So the lines are inside and the phonos are on the outside. So when this mixer is set to 2 turntable phono inputs, the actual not selectors are both like this. Instead of it being like this or like that, they're like this. And so because of that, you can do some cool stuff like, you can honestly use it kind of like a crossfader. And if you hold the record or hold the knobs like this, I mean, that's just something, I mean, not too practical, but it's just something different and fun. I know Dexta did do a juggle using these knobs like that. But yeah, I mean, this mixer is extremely bare bones. As you see, it only has RCA ins and outs. It does have a aux in, so you can do sessioning as a mic. It has decent headphone selection, and like it has basically a master and a Q selector. I mean, as you can see, this is the bare minimum for like a 2-channel scratch mixer. There is no curve on the crossfader. The crossfader just cuts really sharp. I'll demonstrate that right here, actually. So I'll go ahead and slowly move the fader to the left while I'm rubbing the record, so you can actually hear when it cuts. As you can hear, there's no fade whatsoever. It is really just an on-off, which is quite incredible for this mixer. Only thing is it does have the tiniest amount of cut lag, which I'm sure can be amended using something like the Vestax cut lag spacers and kind of figuring out how to jam them in here. But for me, it's not too bad of a lag. I mean, I kind of like practicing on mixers that aren't the sharpest cut, just because when I do hop on a mixer that is better, like an S9 or like maybe an S11, anything newer, I do feel like I'm a little bit sharper by practicing on like a crummier fader. But honestly, I mean, this mixer, I mean, this fader is great. It really cuts sharp. I don't think it's gonna wear out anytime soon. Watch me jinx myself as I say that. But honestly, I'm quite impressed with it. One more thing to note about the mixer's faders is the fader caps are all concave, I believe that's the word, and where they have a slight divot in the middle of the fader caps, and they're really thin too, which makes them amazing to cut with. I mean, I really like little thin fader caps. I mean, don't get me wrong, I can get down on like a Pioneer S9 cap that's super blocky and square. I do like my Vestax caps, which are like little Lego bricks basically. But there's something about the thin fader caps with these little divots that just makes this mixer a joy to scratch on. I really like how just basic it looks. It looks super clean. As you can see, the faceplate on this one is basically pristine. I couldn't believe I got it in such good condition. I mean, that's half the reason I bought it, because most of the time when you see these mixers, be it at a guitar center, a pawn shop, or even other ones online, the faceplates are absolutely beat to hell on these. They have stickers everywhere, and there's always something kind of janky about them. I know I bought one of these mixers, not an EX model, an original SH-1200 off eBay. I think I won the bid for $50, and when I got it, the mixer was pretty much junk. It wasn't any good other than like a display piece. I knew I wanted to grab another one, so I submitted a bid for this one on eBay last week, and the seller accepted it, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna grab it. They do make a US version of this mixer, 120 volt version. I just couldn't find one on eBay. Like, all the ones on eBay from Japan are pretty much 100 volts, and the step converter I bought off Amazon was 30 bucks. It works just fine. So I kind of factored that into my total price that I paid for this mixer, but I mean, I'm still well under $200 with shipping. And honestly, I think that's a good price to pay for something like this. I mean, it's collectible, it looks good. I got a silver one. They do make these EX models in black, but I have a pair of M3Ds, so I wanted it to match the M3Ds, much like these right here. owning this mixer now and being able to scratch on it a little bit, now I'm kind of, I can really tell why certain scratches are being done the way they're being done, or the way people would use the crazy intricate effects on these mixers, like using the wahs and using the phono line switches. And I kind of get it now, like that this is really what they had to practice on, because this was, you know, the official World DJ Championship mixer. It's really cool just to, you know, wire it up, get some vinyl records, and practice as if you're in the DMCs in like the late 90s, early 2000s. It's just a fun little way to kind of do some, you know, turntablism at its purest, I guess, if that makes any sense. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's my little synopsis on the EX1200, or the SH-EX1200. I really recommend you guys look at getting one if you just want, you know, something to collect. But if not, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. I personally like to I just like old DJ mixers. I mean, sue me. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, take it easy. Peace.